Hey everybody, welcome to the Hobby Streaker Season 2, Episode 20. Take 2!
Take 2.
So we're trying...
A little old school technical issue.
Well...
Oh, the virtual background on this is shit. Might get rid of that in a minute. Or just sit very still.
Yeah...
Anyway. Welcome to the show.
I don't know. It's just... well, anyways, yeah, we had to change recording thingy. Software online.
App.
Because...
Stuff.
We are limited to...
Reasons.
We're limited to 2 hours a month, which is what we do in one episode, so it's ridiculous. Anyways, so what are you painting today?
I've started painting Domatan Stormcoven, which is the new Warhammer Underworlds warband. So I picked them up off eBay because I didn't want to wait for them to become available separately, because they probably won't. It's the starter set box ones, they don't tend to sell separately. And I just like the models.
They never do?
Eventually? I've not seen it yet.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I've got all the Stormcast ones through the magazine.
Mm-hmm.
Or the magazines.
Okay.
So can wait for the next Age of Sigmar magazine to get these, or I could just buy them now.
Well, today is Memorial Day for us here. So,
late May bank holiday.
Hmm?
It's late May bank holiday.
For you guys, yeah. For us, it's Memorial Day, which means that I am gonna paint some military dudes. Might as well. So I'm painting this little dude. Wait. Don't know. And it will go with the rest of the stuff that hopefully is in there, because of course now I've lost all my freaking page and everything because I had to restart my browser so many times. So what have you done the past 3 weeks? Because it's been complicated to get recorded, as we were saying before we got interrupted by the thing saying we only had 20 minutes to just finish the podcast. Yeah, it's been busy last week. Got bronchitis, sore throat thingy, whatever thing that was going around. Not COVID, apparently, but still. Kiddos got sick before I did with my wife, and then they got tested for strep and all this, and everything came back negative, so it was like, yay, so everybody's got it. But yeah, anyways, all good now. Yay.
So
have you done?
I've done a fair bit. I've finished the Desolators that I was painting up. So that's some Stormcast mounted axe guys. I built Primaris Azrael.
Okay.
He's all primed up now as well. I built 2 units of Prosecutors because I had a spare night at club. So I just took some stuff down to club to build. Sat in the corner and built them. That was fun. I primed Xandir's Truth Seekers. This is the previous Stormcast Warhammer Underworlds warband. Primed the Aquilith that I got for Christmas. I should probably start painting that at some point. I started painting the Scions of the Flame, which is a Warhammer Warcry warband that came out in the Catacombs set, which was quite a while ago. So I've had them built and primed forever. Figured I should probably paint them before the new Warcry box turned up.
Mm-hmm.
kind of stalled a bit on them, so I need to get the energy to just go in and start working on them. Bit on prime these. Sometimes Storm Coven. I finished the Praetor that I won at the event, and I just before you turned up, I finished building the Questor Soulsworn from the Stormcast half of the new Warcry box.
Cool.
So I started picking at them.
Cool.
They're good. They're cool little models.
Do I want this guy?
You don't appear to have written
No.
what you've done in the last 2 weeks.
Well, I didn't do much, in a way. So I did my wife's 12th year's anniversary gift, which took me quite a while to do. So what I did was 12th year is cloth, silk, and the new one, like the modern whatever, is pearl. So what I did is I took our wedding picture, turning to a VSD, I think is the format, which means black and white, just super contrasted, but just black and white, to do like I did the stuff on my wall.
All right.
The you know, like the
outliney stuff.
Exactly. So I did that with and then I put that in front of a silk handkerchief that was the color burgundy, which was one of the color of a wedding. So, and then inside a frame. So I got the frame, I printed one. Well, I spent a whole lot of time figuring out how to, because the problem is, so we were dressed in, well, so my wife was in white, I was in white. I had a white suit. And we were on the beach close to basically night. So our faces were not as flashy as our clothes. So I kept, every time I was converting it from JPEG or PNG to SVG format, it would just cut off our heads, because it would just put the heads are as blank, so it would just remove. So it took me a while to, in GIMP, to modify the picture so that it would actually register it properly. So that took me a while. Then I did the 3D thing, which was fine. Then I printed it, kind of screwed up, so I went back to it, had to redo the thing on the printer, printed it a second time. That worked okay because I put a brim on it, but then I had to modify the file because it just didn't register, like the way the border was and everything, so I had to modify that. That printed that one, then received the frame, put that in the frame, ended up being slightly too big for the frame, and also not like matching with the frame and all this. So remove some stuff, modify the file, change the thickness of it, then put it back into the program for slicing, look into the slicer, did the slicer. I mean, that took me basically the week. And at the end, I got what I wanted. In the meantime, while they were printing, I started playing with the colors, because I wanted to have, and I don't know if it's, yeah, basically. So that was one of them that screwed up, like the top there. You see? Hey,
right.
That's me. That was the other color of our wedding. That is teal. No, sorry, aqua. And so I was just trying to see if the color would match and all this, but then the frame arrived, and then that didn't match. So then that was not a good idea. So then The last one that I printed, I put it in the frame. It matched like everything around. I removed the 12th year anniversary because that just did not fit in the frame. It just looked weird. Um, Spent about an hour freaking trying to uh, iron silk. It's when it comes in a completely folded in a little tiny
Yeah.
square. Then to remove those like crease that this made, oh my god, that was a pain. So that took me a while as well. And then at the end, it was like, okay, so now I have the thing, and then I ended up painting it black to match the frame, and it actually turned out great. But yeah, it took me a while, and then I had to do 3 coats of the primer filler, and then at least 3 or 4 coats of the black on top, just to make sure that it was nice and smooth. And yeah, so that took me quite a while. In the
Yeah.
meantime, with the kids, like during the weekends, we always do board games. So we did a few board games, and we did Mysterium. We did. What did we do? We play. My son wanted to play Castle Panic, which we hadn't played in a while, so we ended up playing that. And then what else? Yeah, that's pretty much that was that week when I did my wife's thing. So that took quite a while. And then I tried to. Well, I think I might have done some painting, but not too much. I just didn't find anything that I wanted to paint. I just didn't feel it. Like I was looking at where is she? I think I put her. No, I lost her. She was there. One of the Infinity model. Yeah, there she is. Like I wanted to look at her to paint her, but like I didn't feel it, and I did worked a little bit on some rats. I kept doing the rats for Curse City. I started working on this dude for Curse City too. Um,
Okay.
and then I started writing a new set of rules. I know I still have not done the other one. Well, the other one, the rules are done. I just need the scenarios, which is a pain because I have no freaking idea to make the scenarios. Because right now, the story background that I have does not work well with scenarios that I want to do. And that's kind of what my problem is. So I might actually change the background story and just do a scenario more like player versus player kind of thing. Anyway, so I've been
Mm-hmm.
writing a modern military dungeon crawler. That's kind of what I want. Like
Okay.
very, very fast, very easy, and this is why like those guys will be. I have plenty enough to do what I want, but basically, yeah, those guys, little modern military dude, um, a team moving in, and then just moving in through a map, clearing
Yeah.
rooms
Yeah.
and clearing buildings and stuff like that. And I've started looking at making modular boards where I want the walls to be to move the walls around, like with magnets and stuff like that. So I'm trying to see how I can do that 3D. So I started sketching a few things, but I need to put it on the computer and see if I can do something with that. I'm still because I wanted to do it with foam board, but my
Right.
Dollar Tree closed. I was like, you gotta be shitting. And those are the best way. I mean, you've seen Black Magic Craft and all this. Like you always say,
Yeah.
this is the best foam because you can remove the papers from it without ripping because the glue they're using is crap. So this is the best one. And if you have a Dollar Tree, that's the best thing to do is you just go there, grab a $1 board, remove that paper so easily, and that's it. And then you can use those to make like, and again, because I wanted to make like the walls and everything would have been super quick to make, and I could have made like 20 different pieces and be done with it. Yeah, no. So they closed. I went to Dollar General. They didn't have any. So I was pissed off. They still have the LA Totally Awesome to strip paint. So that's good because I have some, but I'm gonna need some, and so I wanted to make sure they had it. So yeah, and I've basically done like right now. My rules are: you roll 4 dice on one side, 4 dice on the other side at the same time, and you resolve combat. Done. Next one. And that's kind of what I want. Like, I wanted something like one after the other after the other. And yes, your guys are OP because you're basically playing a freaking, like, you're not playing a video game, but you're kind of this, like, your guys are 10
Yeah.
times better than whatever you're gonna encounter. And then that's kind of the whole point. Like, yeah. And they can take, like, you can take 3 hits, they can take 1 hit, they're done, and basically that's it. And so this is kind of like the whole thing. And yeah, I'm happy with my role so far. And yeah, it should not take me that long. I'm doing like also random scenarios are dice, you roll and you have your mission and your location. Done. Go for it. And that's kind of what I wanted, like something super quick to play. So yeah. So and I want
Yeah, I think it's basically how Warcry works. Is you you draw a card for a deployment deck, you draw a card for train layout, and then you draw a card for mission
yeah.
objective.
Yeah, and that's kind of like, yeah,
So
that's kind of what I'm looking at, is just it's gonna be kind of yeah, objectives. I put the like 24 by 24 kind of board divided into 9, I think.
yeah,
You roll the dice, gives you one location, roll again, one other location, roll again, another location. 3 objectives, you flip them. One is an actual objective, 2 are not. And then you just go through the rooms and clear and blah 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 and figure out which one is which, kind of thing. So yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at. So I've got that done. I've got the combat pretty much done because again I wanted something super quick and very easy. So it's like opposite dice roll and done. And I'm don't know if I'm gonna, because I was starting going down the rabbit hole of being like, okay, so I can add stealth and I can. So I'm like, no, I'm not. I don't want that. I want to do something quick. So yeah, so that's what I'm gonna do.
cool.
That's what I've been doing, and that's what I want to finish.
So back to the beginning. Beginning of the podcast, we normally tell people what hobby streak day we're on and what the hobby streak is.
Didn't we? I might actually put the other one, but just to be fun. Well, so we've been talking about the hobby streaks, and from what you hear, it's doing 30 minutes of hobby every day for the longest streak possible. Right now, you are on
2029.
2029. Jesus.
Not 2022.
That was the last week.
That was last week.
And I am on 857. So yeah. Fun.
We've had a lot of people recently over the last 3 weeks hitting milestones.
Cool.
So over on the Twitters, we've got Mr. Zach Roche 1 hitting his 2,000 days, making him 2K number 2.
Ooh, nice. Cool.
Said some nice things about me, which was
nice. Always nice.
It's nice. We've got Parker's Pen on 500 days. We've got Painting_Pirate on 400 days. We've got Cat Radish Minis on 300 days. Got Josh the Paint Guy on 300 days. Got Ninja Weasel on 300 days. And we've got Bones_Jones 69 on 600 days. And that's nice. Over on Instagram, got Foureyesminiguys on 500. Jdvpaints on 900. Vangeluscentral on 600. Therealaslum on 800, Mineraleater on 700, and Branithink on 1,000 days.
Nice.
So, big thumbs up
Congrats.
to you lot.
Good job.
Good job. Keep it up.
Nice.
Get your streak struck.
Yeah. And again, yeah, like I said, I've just had just not feeling any painting at all. So yeah, I need to
Yeah.
and don't get me wrong, it's not the fact I don't have any minis that are ready to be painted. There's a lot everywhere.
Several.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. But it's just like I'm like, nope. Do I want to paint this? Nope. Do I want to paint that? Nope. Do I want to paint that? No. It's like it's been just yeah. But I've been like,
Yeah.
hey, let me.
I mean, I've been getting that with my Signs of the Storm. I don't know if I said that in this version of the recording or the last one, but yeah, I'm at a point now where I'm like, I can't be asked.
Yeah, no, and that's kind of where I was. I was like, it's like I don't want to paint any more Curse City. I don't want to paint any MCP. I just did not feel like basically painting anything. And so yeah, so I don't know. Well, like I said, I've been just writing the rule set, which I'm always having fun when I'm writing rules. So, and I want that one to be a quick one, and so hopefully another week and I'll have it done. My kids are gonna be on vacation soon because they're almost done with the school year. At the end of the
Yeah.
week, they'll be done. So then after that, I'll try to enlist my son, pun intended, to try the set of rules and see. He's he's got a video game mindset and we've been
Mm-hmm.
playing a lot of board games too. So and he's got he's a really smart kiddo. So I'm pretty sure he'll come up with shit that are gonna be like, oh shit, that's really good. So hopefully I can enlist him and pry him away from Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, which is apparently, oh my god, it's so good. So yeah.
So everybody I know has been
Yeah,
telling me.
me too. Yeah, not at all my games. So actually, It's funny because I was playing Jedi
Yeah.
Survivor, which yeah, I'm about 40 hours in, I think now at this point, something like that. But recently I went back to The Witcher 3. So it's like yeah, it's it's running great on the Steam Deck, so I can just I just sit in front of the TV while the kids are brushing their teeth and getting ready for bed and all that, and I'm like, all right, let me just play like 30 minutes and be done. So yeah, that's what I've been doing.
Witcher streak.
What Witcher streak? No, Witcher is that's the problem. So this is the problem with Witcher. You can play hours of it. Like I think I have 400 hours in The Witcher over the
Mm.
years. Uh because I've started so many times and then stop and then started again because I couldn't play. My computer wouldn't uh, to play it on my computer. I had issues and everything, and then I got my new computer and I started a new one, and then I got the Steam Deck and I started playing on that because it works great. And so it's been like yes, I finished it once a long time ago, the actual main game, but I think there's the big one, the big expansion,
There's like two
blood and
expansions.
whatever.
Blood
Yeah,
and Wine.
this one I've not finished it yet. I've not finished that one, and the other one I think there was another one before that.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
can't remember what it's called.
and that also not finished. So it's like I've not done 100% of the. Well, I don't think you can do 100% of the game. I don't think it's gonna be freaking nuts if you want to do that. But yeah, it's still something that I'm just, again, it's just stopping and just trying to just, you know, having just 30 minutes before putting the kids to bed. And so yeah, that's what I've been doing. But yeah, otherwise, yeah, it's fun.
So,
You've put a, which is what I'm looking at, Ghost.
first look, I have backed a couple of Kickstarters from That Evil One before. They mostly do like reimaginings of 40k stuff, or like stuff that can be proxied as 40k stuff. So this looks a little bit more modern.
Okay.
So I thought I'd share with the class and get people's
Oh, I've seen that one.
thoughts and stuff.
I think I've seen their. Yeah.
I put a couple of posts as it was coming up on our Discord.
Yeah. The last dudes on this, not the last one.
Yeah.
The dude with the sniper rifles are the one that I thought were really cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
So that's got 3 days left as time of recording. So by the time you guys see this, it'll probably be finished.
Yep. Dude,
but
we forgot to talk about
probably
this.
be late pledges.
We forgot to talk about this. Oh my freaking god! Last time took me so long to do the podcast.
Yeah.
Every time I was, so basically what I do is I listen to the podcast and then I stop and then I adjust things and then I put, overlays and blah 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 and all these things. And every time I wanted to pause, it would crash. Then I would start listening to something and then the image would freeze, the audio will keep playing, and then it would crash. And it was doing that every freaking 5 minutes of the podcast. It was just a nightmare. Like I don't know what was wrong with because I reinstalled DaVinci Resolve 3 times. I completely removed it, reinstalled it, reinstalled the previous version, tried it was a freaking nightmare. And what was funny was when I was going to the season 2 episode 18, which I still had in my thing, which was still like it before it was rendered, so edited and everything.
Yeah,
I could scroll like crazy and it would not crash. This one, I would scroll a little bit, poor crash. Scroll, I could not. I would try to adjust the volume of our recordings. It would crash. I would try to do. It would crash. I would try. It's like, it was.
that's
oh
weird.
my god! It was so weird, and I could not figure out why. And I even tried to re-download the file because I'm like, maybe its file is corrupted or something. So I re-downloaded all the files. I restarted a brand new thing. Just it was just crazy. So yeah, so I'm sorry that it took so long to be done last time, but my goodness, that was a freaking nightmare. So yeah, sorry for the tension, but oh my god, yeah, it was just nuts.
Yeah, so these are the head ghosts.
They look cool. I like those.
They look pretty cool. There's some There's a load of dudes, various weapon options. There's some snipers that are really nice.
Yeah,
Some two-man weapon teams.
That's the one I really like. The snipers, I think, are really cool.
There's some tanks that you can have tracked or hover.
Oh, I didn't see that.
I
Where are the
like
tanks?
the dropship. The dropship looks really cool. Yeah. You back Kickstarter, you can get winter versions of the
Oh yeah, those
uniforms.
are cool. So can you? Is that something you're supposed to be able to use in like in a 40K or 30K type setting, or
Their previous two Kickstarters have been stuff that you could use for Imperial Guard or Cults and Militia,
okay?
Solar Auxilia sort of
Yeah,
stuff. I'm not too sure about this stuff. Just looks like
just generic sci-fi. Yeah,
yeah.
which is cool. You can definitely use them in a lot of settings now.
Yeah. So I've you can like use them for Zona Alpha, use them for fucking whatever.
Oh yeah, for sure. Uh, Space Station Zero, they will work. They could
Yeah,
be well, and you even have the ship if you want to do a not like basically it's not their main ship, but
their
that's
lander
their
shuttle.
shuttle. Yeah. So yeah, no, definitely, yeah. It's
So yeah, by the time you guys see this, there's might be late pledges. Um, if not, this stuff ends up on my mini factory
yeah, usually
fairly
yeah.
soon after the Kickstarter finishes. But you won't be able to pay Kickstarter prices for them. They'll be individual
Yeah, which
kits
sometimes you want to do as
or
well.
STLs.
Um,
Yeah,
I know I've seen some Kickstarter before where I went. I was like, I don't want the whole thing, but I like
yeah.
this and this and this, and I know that I will get those for like $5 each, and instead of paying 45 for the whole thing or something like that. So yeah, sometimes it's something that you want to do, definitely. So cool.
And that segues quite nicely into my news.
Oh, okay.
So
There we go.
coming soon
To a theater
at
near you. Oh no.
TMX Tabletop Minions Expo in a
Yep.
few days is the next Snarling Badger
Game. Yep.
game
I've seen that.
by Uncle Adam and
I'm still
Vinny.
not sure. What's the setting?
They haven't said yet.
Because he just posted a. It looks like a. Um,
So the Snarling Badger Twitter,
as a
Vince
yeah.
and Adam have both. They've all three of them posted like an alien
Yep.
head
Some.
graffitied on a bit of wall.
So I'm
So
guessing alien
yeah.
invasion honors type thing, maybe. Which would be cool.
Wild mass speculation.
Yep.
Go.
Basically, yeah. Well, they've done a sci-fi. They've done a um
Well,
fantasy.
can you call Rain in Hell fantasy?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
Ish. It's fantasy-ish.
fantasy-ish. So yeah, we'll see what they do on this one. But yeah, looking forward to it. So when is it coming out? In a few days, no? I think they said 2 days.
It's being revealed at Tabletop Minions Expo,
Okay, cool.
which is a few days from now. So again, by the time you guys see this,
Probably will be out. And if anything to go by from previous thing, you can get it for $15, $15 to $20 for the print version, probably, and that's usually a pretty good pricing. So yeah. and some cool art for sure, because they always have.
Mm.
So yeah.
They pay some good artists
Mm-hmm.
to do all their art for them.
Yup. So yeah.
All right, I'm going to let you talk for a bit so I can paint.
Well, so very recently, the people at Common, Simon, whatever you want to call him, again,
Cool mini or not.
exactly. They revealed Metal Gear Solid, the board game, which I was surprised because for once, it's like they showed a box and I'm like, oh, are they gonna actually do a freaking like uh not a Kickstarter, but like, well, yeah, a Kickstarter because they tend to do Kickstarter for everything. But also,
Yeah.
I was wondering if they were gonna do a um like a zombie side crap again for like
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
don't Metal Gear Solid zombie side, no, don't do that. And actually, no, it's a
Oh.
full-fledged game that you can pre-order. It's
So what you're saying is they're not making Metal Gear Survive the board
no.
game.
They're just making a Metal Gear. Well, it's actually not. I don't think it's them. I think it is a full-fledged board game, and it's coming out. It's $100, and you can buy it. You can pre-order it, and that's it. There's no stretch goal bullshit. There's no chasing the FOMO and all that. No, it's just a board game, and so I was pretty surprised. And yeah, so looking pretty cool. I yeah, looking forward to what they're gonna do with it. So yeah, it's that's pretty much all the news I've seen.
Yeah, that's them and not Steamforged, which is the other guys who do all the licensed board video game adaptations at the
Yeah,
moment.
those, yeah, they're just like, yeah, it literally, it's like pre-order. Why is it not? Here we go. Yeah, it's just pre-order. Done. $100 pre-order. There is pre-order exclusive, which they have,
Of course, there is.
a well, the because it's based on the first one, uh,
Right.
on the first game. But I mean, like, all the stuff are there. The the box and all this is really funny. Um, and then all the enemies and everything. The models are really cool. The art is really nice. So yeah, no, the minis look pretty nice too. Again, they're renders for now, but yeah, they looks pretty nice. Uh, exclusive Metal Gear Rex. So that's, they have it, and it's gonna be the pre-order exclusive. It's really cool, like giant. Well, the one that you're fighting in the game and everything. So I thought that was pretty cool. I really was surprised again that it's not 3 billion freaking stretch goal and just the usual
Yeah.
common stuff that they do, where it's like, yeah, just why don't you buy this and this and this and this and this, and at the end you have like $300 for a freaking board game. But yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, still waiting on my Witcher board game to arrive. God damn it. I really want it. I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be fun. And yeah, it again looks like it's been done by people that actually play the game, like the
Mm.
franchise. Um, it's yeah, it looks pretty good fidelity to the original. So yeah, and again,
Nice.
so really surprised for once. Simon are actually doing something right, in my opinion. Again, some people might like the whole 20 million thing to chase and all that. Again, you do you, as we always say. But yeah, it's
Yeah.
yeah, that was my news. I mean, I've kept looking at our friends from Atomic Mass game and all the stuff they've put out for Shatterpoint, which I don't know. I think I will eventually get it. I'm not kidding myself, but it's gonna be a little bit. I think I will. I will still wait a little bit, but there are some nice one. They've come up with the Datomir witches,
Yeah.
the sister, with Ventress. No, not Ventress. Osage. Usage.
Yes.
So he's in there also. And yeah, so that one was cool. You have Dooku with the Magna Guards. So that one is pretty looks pretty cool too. And yeah, so there's a bunch of one. There's a bunch of of new boxes that are coming out that looks really cool. And I think they're. I mean, it's gonna take a while until they run out, in my opinion. But again, it's
Yeah.
not infinite. Oh, they came out
No.
with also our favorite motherfucker, um, Samuel A. Jackson, has
Mace
yup
Windu.
with, and I was just trying to with the AAF forces or something like that, which is the ones
All
that
right.
are with him, and one dude I cannot. It is one clone trooper that's also like one commander, kind of like Cody and Rex. Just a little bit less known because he gets killed when they. Well, yeah, I think he's one of the ones that get splattered when they attack Palpatine. So yeah, so they've released a few things, and I think they all look pretty cool. So they've so far they've been doing a really good job, I think, in coming out with um, proper proper packs, really interesting pairing, and stuff that makes sense and that follow. Again, the TV show is mostly what
Yes.
they're following, the Star Wars
Clone
Clone Wars
Wars
TV show. Yep, that's pretty much where they're at right now, and
is pretty much Clone Wars the miniatures game at the moment, isn't
yes,
it?
it is, and especially like even the aesthetic, and like they're pretty long limbs,
Yeah.
um, thin long limbs. It's yeah, they match, like they really match the aesthetic of the Clone Wars, but they'll move out of those eventually.
Yeah.
But again, I mean,
Yeah.
if you're looking at Jedi fighting this and stuff like that, unless you go back to way back, um, where you have it in the books and stuff like that, and even I think there was a couple of games where like the twins in the game or something in the video games that were the even before like the very old Republic.
Yeah.
Then unless you go back to that to have like Jedi and stuff like that fighting Sith Lords, and you don't really have that many. In the Clone Wars was the perfect one because there were so many fighting, but other
Yes.
than that, don't really have it. So yeah, I don't know how they're gonna manage when they're gonna reach to like yeah when they're gonna have to do something different. We'll see. We'll see. We'll
Yeah.
see.
A bit of news I forgot to put on my
Mm-hmm.
list. Um, the whole Warhammer 40k 10th edition rulebook got leaked.
All of it.
Well, the version that's in the starter set
Okay.
or the launch set or whatever they're calling it. So yeah, basically that.
Wow.
So that's fun. There's a couple of videos up of people going through and analysing the rules and going, oh, okay, well, this means this means that.
Okay.
I've not watched them yet because I don't care.
You don't want spoilers?
Well, I'm also not really going to play 40k.
True.
So
yes.
It is none of my business.
Are people happy so far with what they've read, or?
I haven't actually seen any reaction, so
Okay.
I'm going to go with yes.
Mostly.
Because if it wasn't, then people would be shouting about it on the internet.
Yeah. Usually the people that don't agree are the most vocal anyway, always. Yeah. So yeah. Okay.
Other thing, we've got issue 5 of 28 Mag came out this week.
Okay.
So if you want to get some grimdark in your life, then 28 Mag, it's there for you.
Okay.
And then finally, we've got the first link on my news thing. We've got some more models for the upcoming Cities of Sigmar range refresh. So we've got
Dawnbringer preview.
General.
Is that the one?
Yep, General on foot, Free Guild Marshal.
Okay, with this big hammer.
Who has got so many different build options.
Oh, is that all the same on the bottom?
It's the same kit. So there's 2 models in the kit. There's Dude, and then there's Dude's follower with their head in a box on a stick.
Oh yeah. I didn't see that.
So there's lots of different heads. There's a actual black person head.
Yeah. Cool.
With or without beard. Pistols, swords, shields, hammers.
Jeez, yeah. It's like
the lot. So he's going to be
do what you want.
A very customizable kit. So that's going to be fun.
Yeah.
When that comes out.
I'm guessing, yeah, you can mix and match. I'm guessing like a whole bunch of different layouts and stuff. So yeah, cool. Nice.
Oh yes.
Very nice.
We like mix and match.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah,
cool.
I'm actually looking forward to seeing what happens when that book comes out, because there's a lot of stuff with the old world when that comes out. I think a lot of that is just going to go back to being old world stuff. And it won't be AOS anymore.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of the stuff that we're going to get for the cities refresh is stuff that is going back to fantasy. If that makes any sense?
Yep.
So seeing what gets updates and what doesn't is like peering into the future.
I see. Yeah. Yeah, because it's when is the new one fantasy coming out?
Old World.
Yeah.
We don't know.
But it's been rumored for quite a while now.
Oh, it's
been announced or it's been rumored?
It's been announced by Workshop. Okay. They've been talking about it at various events. They had a semi-regular article series on Warhammer Community where they talked about stuff that was coming.
Square base?
And back to square bases. It's going to be rank and flank. They've talked about the time period that is going to be set in the history of the old world. They mentioned all the the factions that are going to be covered in the time period that they're talking about. There's going to be rules for all the factions that were in Old Fantasy, but only the factions that are involved in the part of the world that they're looking at are actually going to get updates and balances and etc. etc.
All right. Is that something you're gonna play or?
No.
Okay. You don't like rank and flank, or you don't like fantasy, or what you beef with it?
There is a lot of models in a 2,000 point Warhammer Fantasy mod army.
Yes.
A lot. And I need all my space for more Stormcast.
True. Cool. Cool.
So that is that. Yeah. In less newsy news. So let me wash my brush. Wash my brush real quick. See what I got the other day.
Warcry, Nightmare Quest. Okay, what's that?
It's the last box of this season of Warcry.
Okay.
So kind of doing it like they've been doing Kill Team, where they've gone right. Here's a setting. We're going to set 3 or 4 boxes in this season, and you'll be able to get various different bits of terrain and various different warbands as we do the loop. So this one is Stormcast versus Flesh Eater Courts, and I'm like, I played both of those armies. I want that.
Oh yeah. You were saying you were gonna get it, so you did get it. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
I managed to get it because it doesn't say 40k Kill Team on the front, so it didn't sell out instantly.
How was the website experience this time around?
It's not a 40k release, so it didn't sell out instantly.
But it was still, was it okay, or was it still a freaking pain?
Yeah, it's fine.
It's fine, okay.
Because there wasn't a 40k release.
Alright, cool.
So yeah, I've got there's 2 meat trees, a ziggurat and some scatter terrain in there, as well as the warbands. So
Nice.
might see if I can find some of the terrain online from the other sets.
The previous one where
build that all up.
with the older, like you were saying, the meat tree, and like the previous one had a bunch of them, right?
If I get all of those, and I just whack them together and paint them up real quick, then we've got another table of fantasy terrain for the club.
Cool.
Because Warcry is basically played on a quarter size AOS table.
Yeah, it's 27
so you get
by 24 by 27
like
or something. No, 27 32
something
or
like
no, 27 by 24. Yeah, I think. Yeah, cool.
So basically, you get all 4 boxes, and you get a new full AOS table.
Nice. All right, cool.
So I might see if I can pick some of them up, whack that all together, and just fucking dry brush and wash the hell out of it.
Oh yeah, it's just like quick and dirty, literally.
Quick and dirty, like spray paints, rattle cans, shades, and dry brushes, and just Bob's your uncle.
Does he have a?
Is my plan.
Cool.
Might do that.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. Well,
that's nice. How is your dude?
My dude is looking good. Look, see, it's almost done. It's got a nice. Camo. I don't think you can see it. Let me put it on there. The the khaki, beige, and brown camo with the little black dots once in a while.
Yeah.
So, and then I tried to do a little bit of the skin, but so far not too happy. But yeah, it's gonna take a couple more layer on the skin before a little wash, and it should be fine. So yeah, and then I started on the base a little bit. Just did the trash bag. So yeah.
Was he taking the trash out with him?
Well, those are my they're the urban bases that I have, which some of them like
All right.
have the like this one has actually a trash can, this one has a trash bag. This one is just like it their MCP, I think. They originally their MCP, and I've just uh
Made him smaller.
downsized them to 25. Yep. And that's because that's the scale that I have is 25. I'm trying to see if I'm gonna do grid for my game. If I'm gonna do grids, I might do grids just to again movement to be super quick and not have to. Yeah, like literally, I want a dungeon crawler. Basically, you go through a map in 30 minutes and you're done.
I would go with hexes rather than squares if you're doing that. So just give you that a little bit, make 2 more extra directions.
Yeah, I yeah, you can do diagonal movement.
And then you can roll off for AI movement on enemies.
Yeah, or you can do diagonal, which again, yeah, I don't know. We'll see, but yeah,
I like hexes.
yeah, X's are they're nice, but
Hexes feels more natural than
they're
squares
difficult to
to me.
mold. If I wanna,
Yes.
and you know, like you can have tile floor in a
Yeah.
house, and it looks okay, you know, and be like, hey, well, I was thinking about like using maps from Flashpoint, which is
Mm-hmm.
a firefighter thing game where you little firefighters and you go around and you put a fire and you grab civilians and you pull them out and all this. The maps have grid because you're moving on the grid, and they are buildings, and some of them are like one of them is uh, a submarine, I think, or like a ship because you want to be able to like turn a fire inside the ship. Another one is like you can do 2-story buildings and stuff like that. So I was thinking about kind of using that, but there's too many details on it that are uh, that are too firefight well too specific for that game, so they didn't work. But and I was looking also at Zombicide maps because they're just buildings, and so yeah, so we'll see. But again, there's too much crap on it. So yeah. Yeah, I need to go pick up my kids. Wait, no, I don't. Well, anyways, thanks a lot. Sorry for all the recording crap. I'm hoping that this one is gonna be okay, and that it recorded something. We'll see. If not, that means you didn't see our faces, but you still see our hands and can listen to us.
Better than nothing.
All right. Well, thank you, everyone. Don't forget, like, subscribe, all the stuff. Hopefully, this will not take too long for me to get it out. It will not crash every 2 seconds. And yeah, we'll see you in 2 weeks. Bye.
Bye.